In this fourth video, we're going to go on to chapter 12, which deals with statistics. And this first one, we're just going to do some descriptive statistics along with a couple of histograms. So we have two stock prices. We have dates, stock price 1, stock price 2. You can see if you scroll down, it goes all the way to 2021. So what we're going to do is do some descriptive statistics with both of these stock prices. So we're going to start with F5. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. And the first one we're going to use is average. Mean and average are the same thing. And the range we're going to be using is B5 to B40. You can swipe it if you want to. If you know what the range is, it's pretty easy just to type it in. We don't have to do any absolutes. We're going to copy it across. So we'll just hit enter. So the average here is 88.94. The median is the exact center of the data. So the function is median, and it'll be the same range, or excuse me, range of values. So B4 to B40. So again, it's going to look at all these values, and it's going to find the one that's right in the middle, which is 89.11. If they're odd, it'll find the one in the middle. If it's even, it'll take the two in the middle and average them. Now, standard deviations is just giving you an idea of some of the variance of your data. So we have to be very careful which one we use here. So we'll type in equal and ST. Now, there are some old ones that allow compatibility with older versions of Excel, but the ones we're going to be looking at is either ST, dev.p, or .s. Now, we're going to use the .s for the sample. We don't know if this is exactly all of the data. It's just they've taken some of the data from a full set of data. So we're going to use the .s. .s is for sample. .p is for population. So unless you know for sure you have the population, just use the standard deviation .s. And same range. We'll hit enter. And the lower the value, the closer the values are together. The higher this value, the farther apart the data is. Min and max, we've used this before. So min, same range, and max, same range. I don't know why these last two are giving me actual currency. Oh, I made a mistake here. It needed B there. There we go. So I don't know why it's. We'll just leave it there. And the range is the difference of the two. It's the max minus the min. So that'll be this value minus this value. And so these all give you kind of like a description of what the data is actually doing. So now we can take these, since the stock number 2 is right next to it, we can just move it over. And then this will just give us some descriptive statistics for the stock values 1 and the stock values 2, just using the standard functions for mean, which is average, median, which is median, standard deviation, we use st dev.s, and then min and max, and the only one we did not use a function for was range. That's just the max minus the min. Now, one other thing we can do is a histogram, and the histogram will give us an idea of the number of values of our stock prices. So we're going to do these twice. So the first one we're going to do, we're going to start with B5, and a quick way of selecting all of your data instead of having to just scroll down is to hold the control. It would be the command key on the Mac. So control or command shift and just hit down arrow. And what that will do is select all this data. So now we want to go to the insert menu, and we want to choose recommended charts. You could find it in these lists here, but I find recommended charts is easier. And we want to use all charts. And then we want to just use a histogram. There's just one option. So we'll click OK with that. And we'll just position it so we can see that. And what this shows you are really the number of values that appear within these bins. So if we look at this first bin, it's 81.91 and 86.71. It's just picking the values out. So it's telling you that there are 13 values in this bin. The next one, there's 10 values. And the third one is there's 13 values. Now, really, the only thing we need to do here is provide a chart title. It's already there for you. So we can just click it and select it. And this one's going to be stock number 1, closing, make sure you spell this right, closing prices. And then to do our second histogram, we'll select C5 through C40. We'll do insert, recommended charts, all charts, and histogram. And we'll just scooch this one below it. And you can see that it's set up. There's more variance. If we look up here, the variance, a little bit, not that much. There's actually, it's closer together. So here we'll just change the chart title to stock number 2, closing prices. And that is working with some historical performance.